Directly to me, you can say that it benefits them, but to me it's a joy, and I believe it's those little successes and those little milestones that actually accumulate to big ones.
The goal of chess is to use strategy to capture your opponent's king. This change maker out of Nigeria has mastered that and now uses the game to capture the attention of children in areas of need.
Yes! Yes! I think learning chess at a really young age literally saved my life, It gave me a lot of opportunities that I probably never gotten, because of where I grew up. I think one of the major things that did for me was it gave me a lot of exposure. I'm helping children reach their full potential through chess. My name is Tunde and I am a change maker.
Tunde Onokoya is at his happiest when he's moving knights and pawns on the chessboard. Through his non-profit, Chess in Slums Africa, he's transferring his knowledge and love of the game to Nigerian kids in low-income communities.
So how we run, basically, is we have a team of volunteers, that dedicates their weekends, to come into these slum communities to teach the kids. So we don't just teach them chess, we teach them other things too. We try to infuse, even teaching them tech skills, letting the kids engage the use of internet and technology. The game is most likely to end in a draw.
Since Chess in Slums Africa was established in 2018, the 26-year-old says he has taught more than 200 children the basics of chess.
Not all of them will go on to become professional chess players, but ultimately they will get to learn a lot of important life skills that will stay with them, and that would also give them a lot of life-changing opportunities. This is a dream for Chess in Slums Africa.
Tunde grew up in Ikorodu, a remote community in Lagos State. He says his passion for teaching chess stems from his difficult upbringing.
I grew up in this place, and we lived there for about 15 years. I discovered the gift of chess about, 15 years ago. So I was 10 years old at the time, and after my primary 6 education, things were really difficult for my parents, and they couldn't afford to keep sending me to school. So I had to stay at home for about 2 years. I would always go to a barbering salon on the other street across where I lived, and to play video games then. So on one of those days, the barber brought out a small plastic chess set, and that was the first time I ever saw a chessboard. And I remember being fascinated by the way the pieces were carved. So I would see him reading books, while mumbling to himself and playing, with himself, and it was always very fascinating to watch. His friends would also come around and they would play. So eventually I got to pick up the rules of the game by just watching them, move the pieces around, and that was how I discovered the gift of chess, and that was how I fell in love with the game.
He says his mother took a job as a cleaner in a private secondary school so that he could attend school and learn to play the game.
I mean, one of the perks of working in a private school is if you have a child and you want to enroll that child, the child would only get to pay 50% of the tuition. So that's how I got into school, into Inter Private Academy.
Once he started getting lessons at the school, Tunde says he quickly became one of their best players, representing the academy at tournaments.
At a young age, would always, go out to compete. Prior to that time, I'd never really been, outside Ikorodu before. I got to see places, I got to see people. I remember whenever I went to King's College, we'd see other kids, with ties, with their computers. So they used to train on computers. So that was my first time, seeing a laptop then. And so I got to use one to also play chess. So that kind of exposure helped expand my imagination of what was possible, I began to see myself not just as a kid from Ikorodu.
Now, with Chess in Slums Africa, Tunde tries to give children who grew up like him the same opportunities Chess gave him.
We launched officially on the 1st of September 2018. So I just told a couple of my friends that, there's this project I want to do. I just want to teach kids how to play chess. If they become good enough, we'll take them for tournaments. I didn't just know what was going to come out of it. Oh yeah, everyone stand up, stand up, stand up, one more. Yeah, raise your hands. You know what we're about to do, yeah? Why? Because I believe in you, I believe in yourself. Can you change Africa? Can you change Marco? Please send a round of applause. Sit down, sit down, sit down.
On a regular basis, he and his friends head out to neighborhoods like this one to spread the joy of chess.
So we're here today in Makoko to organize a competition for the kids. Makoko is the largest floating slum in Africa. A lot of the people here, they live on wooden stilts on the lagoon. This place has a population of more than 200,000 people. And the majority of those people are children who don't go to school. We do this on a monthly basis, to encourage the spirit of competition amongst them and to help make them realize that, there's always a reward for hard work.
Next, we'll see how Tunde's chess lessons help kids maneuver their way towards scholarships.
All right, put your hands together for Kimola. Congratulations. All right, all right.
For Tunde, Chess in Slums Africa is not just about pushing pieces on the chessboard. It's also about pushing the kids to see beyond their current environment.
So we're here in Viburnum Valley. So we brought the kids on an excursion. Viburnum Valley is a tech hub, yeah. So they came here to play chess tournaments and get to also connect with career professionals in the tech space. The majority of them have never been on land before. The ones that live on water in Makoko, this is the first time on land. So we want to give them an experience beyond the confines of their community.
The kids' visit to the tech hub presented a pleasant surprise.
So it was an amazing day. The children that participated in the tournament, the winners got scholarships. This was the best part, of that experience for me, because we didn't even know that was going to happen. So the children got scholarship, and the scholarship would cover them all the way to university level, both home and abroad. That is a dream come true for me, not just for them, but for me too, to see that, these children could get opportunities like this, never before thought possible. To see them now seeing, that it is possible, to become more, that what they can see every day in their community. It was a really beautiful day, and it's one that I'm sure it's one day we'll never forget. This is just the beginning, and we'll be rooting for them too. Congratulations.
One of the kids benefiting from the scholarship is Jamiu Ninilowo, the Academy's best chess player.
I love chess a lot because, first of all, it makes me think deeply. If I want to do something, I have to think that, is this thing the right thing? I have to analyze that, is it good or bad? He's playing at an almost expert level. He even beat me once. I remember we had an event where he got to play against an expatriate from Lebanon, and he beat the man several times. And the man was so impressed that, he got him a mobile phone, and took a picture with him.
Jamiu is nearly done with his secondary school education and has dreams of becoming a mechanical engineer, a dream that is now attainable.
After announcing that it was a scholarship, I was very happy because I felt this will help me a lot. Going to school, learning more, graduating, I'll be very good.
The work Chess in Slums Africa does is fulfilling, but Tunde says it comes with challenges.
But the problem is that a lot of the children that live in the slum communities have never had any sort of formal education. So sometimes it is always very difficult to communicate effectively, with them. So we have to, sometimes resort to demonstrating, and patterns, to be able to teach them. So it's called a fried liver attack, yeah.
those challenges haven't stopped the organization from progressing.
It's just beautiful to see how far we've come from, just taking a few chessboards to Majudo, to becoming a project, that has, deeply impacted the lives of so many children. We've trained over 200 children, in that time, and we've had a lot of incredible success stories. And more importantly, we've been able to show that, for children that live in places like this, their future shouldn't be decided solely because of their background. That it is possible for them to become more, and to show the world really that it is possible to do great things from a small place. And so yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and there's still so much to look forward to.
In the next few years, Tunde hopes for Chess in Slums Africa to expand to more communities in Nigeria.
My greatest desire for the Chess in Slums project is to create a future, where children from impoverished communities, aren't just defined, by their community. They aren't defined by the poverty of their parents. They aren't defined by what they look like. They aren't defined by where they come from, or who they are. But instead, to help them, discover their truest potential. I believe every child deserves this opportunity to know the best they can be.
So that was our last move, and now it's time to clear the board. Remember that you can watch past episodes and other features on our website. I'm Ari Chopo, and I'll be back next week with more change-making stories.